Hi Fit Family, Nutrition Coach Stacy here again today to discuss what to get when you need to get groceries. So if you absolutely have to venture out and get some groceries to have on hand, we have some ideas of what to keep in your fridge, in your pantry. But the first thing I want to say is make sure that it's absolutely necessary to go out to the grocery store. And if you do go out, follow every precaution that is recommended, washing your hands before you go, after you go, having hand sanitizer in hand, and any other precautions that you can take. Another thing I wanted to mention too is that while we are piling or stocking our pantries up with some of these items, we don't want to stockpile. We don't want to make it rough for the next person either that does need to get some groceries. So with that in mind, here are some of the things we want to keep on hand. So fruits and vegetables, of course we want to keep these on hand. These are where a lot of our nutrients are coming in. It's so beneficial for our bodies and our immune system. So number one is fresh sources. These aren't always available right now in every variety, but if you can get things like apples, citrus fruits, remember the citrus fruits are a great source of vitamin C, which is great for our immune system. And getting these, like the apples, they stay fresh for a longer period of time than, let's say, bananas or something like that. Bananas are still great, by the way. So get some of those fresh fruits that you can, vegetables, things like carrots, celery that you can snack on, add to recipes. So you're doing multiple things with a couple of items. Leafy greens to have on hand. Remember those dark green leafy greens like spinach, arugula, kale. Those are going to be full of vitamins and nutrients that will give your body and your immune system that extra boost. So great to have on hand. Now, second option would be frozen. Frozen fruits and vegetables are pretty comparable to fresh. So these are going to be great to have on hand in your freezer to just bring on out and have them whenever you need them. So if you're looking for them, we want just the fruit or the vegetable as the ingredient in the list, then you know that's all you're getting in that product. But things to keep in mind to get, maybe like green beans, you could get broccoli, you could get things like rice cauliflower, which is great because that's so versatile in what you can do with it. Berries and mangoes, the list goes on for those. So great options there. The third option would be canned fruits and vegetables. So if you can't get the first two, the fresh and the frozen, we may need to look at some canned options. So when you're looking at canned vegetables, you're going to want to see that the very limited ingredients on the can. And then if you can get a variety that's low salt or low or no sodium added, it's going to be even better. We don't really need all that extra sodium in our vegetables. So once you do get those, you'll want to rinse them. That will actually get 9 to up to 41% of the sodium removed. So a great thing to do. Now when you're looking at getting some fruits that are canned, try to get them in their natural juices. If you do see that it says it's in syrup, you're getting a lot of extra sugar. So we don't really need that. So now we're going to move on from our fruits and vegetable options over to our pantry items to keep on hand. So some of these would be like dried or canned beans or lentils. So kidney beans, black beans, garbanzo beans, all of these would be great to have on hand to be able to get fiber and protein, a little extra protein in there, and other nutrients. Now when you are getting canned, still rinse those beans off just to get rid of that sodium if you can. Another great thing to keep in your pantry are whole grains. So things like brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, and then even bean-based pastas. These will be really nice to have on hand to add to your meals. Another one would be nuts and seeds and nut butters. These are awesome. We can add them to anything. If you get a little bit of dried fruit with no added sugar as a bonus, then you can mix that together with any nuts or seeds you have for a little trail mix snack. So great ideas there. Another one to have on hand would be canned tuna or pouches of tuna in water. That will be a nice protein source to have on hand, and then you'll also get some omega-3s in there as well from the fish. Other staples to have on hand would be herbs and spices, so you can flavor your meals differently, keep your flavor profiles going. And then other oils like olive oil, avocado oil, or grapeseed oil for all your cooking needs that you have. The last one, pantry item that might be important to have on hand would be some bars. So things like a Lara bar or RX bar will be nice, easy grab and go snacks to have on hand if you're in a pinch. So those are some great pantry items to have on hand. Some other options that you could have on hand as well would be eggs. These are great, obviously, if you're making an omelet for breakfast or any other meals, hard boiling them to have on salads or as a snack by itself, or even to add into recipes. Eggs are really, really helpful and important, and a good source of protein. So keeping those on hand is a great idea. Another one would be fermented foods like cultured yogurt, kombucha, and other fermented foods. Remember that these are really great for gut health as well as improving the immune system, so trying to keep some of that on hand is excellent. And then another one would be non-dairy milks, so things like almond milk. A lot of times you can get these as shelf-stable options, so you can use these in recipes or any meals you're making. But then another good benefit is that they're usually fortified with vitamin D, and that vitamin D, like we mentioned before, can help improve our immune system function, so a benefit there. The last one here I wanted to mention are some frozen protein options like edamame, maybe if you eat more of a vegetarian or vegan diet, and then also frozen chicken breasts and fish. So a lot of people have been saying that we're running out, we're not seeing that the chicken option in the store is a fresh option. So this would be a good alternative to try if you're just not seeing what you need in the store. One of the last topics I wanted to quickly mention was keep in mind that maybe you're working extra hours right now, you're in healthcare, or maybe you just really do not want to go out to the store, or you shouldn't go out to the store. There are still those meal delivery options that you can do, so looking into things like Instacart, Shipt, other options like that may be a benefit right now for you, so keep that in mind too for your grocery shopping needs. So just a quick recap, we talked about going out only if necessary, taking all the precautions that you need to. We talked about fresh versus frozen versus canned options of fruits and vegetables. If you do get canned, rinse things off. We talked about some pantry staples as well, so things like our dried beans or canned beans and lentils, whole grain options, some oils to have on hand, herbs and spices, nuts and seeds and nut butters, and then some RX bars or Lara bars or something similar to those to have on hand as snacks. Then other items to get, eggs, frozen protein options. We talked about fermented foods and non-dairy milks. And then keeping in mind that grocery shopping option of the delivery service. So with all of this in mind, I hope you all are staying healthy, staying safe, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Have a great day.